I have discovered some pictures and clips that I thought were completely gone out of my existence. And they were from last year, like a year ago, nearly a year ago. Today is the 29th of November, 2025. 2025, whichever way. And I am just a little bit mind blown by the reality of that. I do not understand how that was my life a year ago, near enough a year ago, and what has happened since. Isn't it just crazy how living our day-to-day lives, we think that it's the same day in day out, we do nearly the same thing, it's repetitive. But if you look back 1 year, just 1 year, I don't understand what that means. Welcome to the In the Bed Diaries. Yes, this is my new bedding. It's double-sided. Does it show my age? Does it show my age? That is 5, maybe. I was so excited to put this bed together. I can't even. I slept on a camping bed for over a month and a half. And when my mattress finally arrived and I was putting it all together with the bedding and all the stuff, I was like a little child, including when I got into bed. I can't portray what I was doing. You know when you get all excited that you're in bed and your legs start going really, really fast? And I was like that. I get so excited about the little things, and I love that about myself. What? I feel like there are many things that have not changed about me at all. And at the same time, so many that have changed. One of them, I'm still recording out of bed. Bed. Only new bed, different bed. I guess the quality of this video is pretty caca. Because look at it. The light is right behind there. Behind my screen. So you can see, look, that's the shade. This is what I'm doing. I'm sitting in bed, balancing it out now, because I was holding it with my 2 hands. Maybe I'll hold it again if I keep laughing. Wow. Is this going to be a Dear Diary? What's life like and what I'm experiencing? I think the last time I recorded something was when I moved in this place. I have gotten rid of that unit that was here. Anywho, that's not like even the main thing. What is my life like right now? Chop wood, carry water. That has been the main theme lately for me. Chopping wood and carrying water, or fetching water, whichever way the saying goes. It goes both ways in my head. I feel like I've got to the place of I understand that so much more now, but I actually feel like I'm living it. I feel like all the journey of self-awareness and self-discovery, or re-remembering, has taken me on so many avenues and so many airy-fairy places to bring me down into my body, to take me out again, to bring me down again, to expand me and to show me, to hands have come out to talk. Yes, I have got two different hand thingies going on, and I haven't had my nails done in a while now. All I've been doing is just putting some clear nail polish, but yesterday evening I thought, oh, I'm gonna put something else on, and this is where we are. So anywho, now the nails are out of the conversation. Yes, the journey of self-discovery and awareness and awakening, as people put it. The journey towards enlightenment, even though my aim is not enlightenment, it's never been that. I don't think I have an aim except being more and more present and remembering each time. Oh my god, it feels like my level of observance has become very, very sharp in interactions with people, in things that I do on my own, how I do things. Oh my god, even working through patterns. I remember probably last week sometimes there was something that was very present in my system, and I was extremely aware of it. And as it was working its way through me, I was constantly telling myself, I am here with you. I see you. I'm holding you. I love you. Towards my little self, because it was my little self that was taking over. And that observer part when it comes to me, the observer part when it comes to chopping wood, carry water part of life is life. I think for a long while I thought that spirituality meant just living in these realms of whatever, which for some people it is. For some people, spirituality really means healing other people or supporting them on their journeys that way and doing work in other realms or manipulating reality in other fashions. Just being surrounded by those people that do the same kind of stuff. And I don't know, I feel like my vision of spiritual people and all that community has changed so much, especially because there is no such thing as spiritual community, spiritual person. We're all just people, beings, something in here doing something. Whoever decided. This is one of the questions that just makes me laugh sometimes. Especially when, let's say, I'm heading towards my bed and I'm turning the light off and I look at the light and I'm turning it off and I start giggling to myself thinking, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does it mean to go to sleep? What does it mean? What does it mean to lie your body down in this contraption that we made as humans called bed, covering ourselves up with duvets, blankets, depending on where you are. I'm in Europe, so this is a duvet with a duvet cover. Some people might call it comforter. Anywho, that doesn't make sense. Sometimes, still don't make sense. But then at the same time, it's like seeing that from the outside. Even seeing that, just this idea of maybe somewhere, somehow, this all makes sense somewhere. My feet are burning under this duvet. I'm just taking them out from under the cover. Oh my god, I feel like I have become, or not even become, but allowed myself to be more and more this goony person. Goony, deep, normal person. Because in the environment that I work in, I had a conversation with one of my bosses on Friday that I don't see as work. It's like I don't see it as work. Look, my shadow. It doesn't feel like I'm going to work. It feels like I am just taking my body from one place in space and time. One space it's here, one space is there, other spaces, different bubbles that I take myself through. So I was thinking today actually that my bubble right now is quite small of the places that I go to and the things that I explore. It's everything is in walking distance at the moment. And I remember thinking this when I used to live in Rosonwai. Same thing of, oh my god, my bubble is really tiny. I just walk around these places and go and explore these places, and that's about it. And then, even now, all the things, all the everyday activities. Oh wow, got a bruise. Everyday activities, everyday things, all the normal little things that make me a human being. The normalness of people. The fact that I used to think that, oh, nobody gets me, and how do I even talk to people about this stuff? I just talk to people about this stuff. What is this stuff? The stuff. The way that I see world, the way that I perceive reality, the way that I see interactions within people, between people, all of it, the way that I experience reality and how I know a lot of it doesn't make sense. And being able to talk about it and it all being fun and games. I don't know where this is going anymore. I feel like I've been thinking about this bit in particular. I don't know if I'm gonna put this out or not, but if I do, I've been thinking about I haven't posted much, I haven't done much, I haven't shared much. So I moved here 18th of October, so yeah, a month and a half ago. I haven't posted anything on my YouTube channel in over a month and a half now. So I think the one thing that gets in my head is, am I gonna continue with this? Is this something that I am doing because it's an avenue for me to just speak? Is this something that I'm doing because I like to go back and check on my progress? Sometimes I go back and I'm like, there is no progress in my life. And as I'm saying that, I'm just remembering Friday. When Friday I felt like I was having a very physical experience of, I feel like I am stepping in that new part of my life, like getting excited about, oh, I'm gonna be 40 next year. Well, actually, the next few months. It's not even that far. And for a while now, I've been thinking, like, oh my God, my life is, I'm already 40. I haven't done much. I haven't got much. You know, when you look at it from those glasses. But then now I'm looking at it with, oh my God, I am starting a new phase in my life. I am so excited about what's to come. And I was actually feeling it. And on Friday in particular, the feeling of I am reaping the rewards of the work that I have put within myself all this time. All this time meaning starting 2017. It finally feels like my body is catching up with the work that I have been doing within. And what does that mean? Right now, in particular, it means allowing life. Allowing life. I feel like for a very long time, I believed that life had to be a certain way, that I had to do certain things and I had to acquire certain things. And even then, when it wasn't the normal, what everybody does, get get married, have children, have a job, whatever, when it wasn't that anymore, it turned into whatever spiritual life means. I don't know, building a business maybe, even though I never actually fully started that because I never felt like I found a direction properly. Now I believe that I've been upstreaming very hard. I've been upstreaming my life a lot instead of allowing the flow of life to take me where it needs to take me. I have wanted to make plans and saw it a certain way, wanted it to be a certain way. And then life was like, no, 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 no. Not here, not here, not here. Oh God. And now it's like it almost feels as if the penny has finally dropped within me of I can believe that I have a lot of control over my life, which some parts I do when it comes to how I feel. I feel like at this moment, that's the only thing that I have control over, my emotions. Anything else, not that much. Maybe, I think the more I think of the surrender experiment, Michael Singer, it took me a while, I nearly said something else. The more I think about that book, the more I feel like this is what's happening with me right now. I believe that especially maybe the middle of this year, I so didn't want to be where I currently am. I did not want to be here. I did not want to be in this town. I didn't want to be in this country. I didn't want to be in the job that I had just started. I didn't want to be with the people that I was working with. I didn't want to be who was becoming. I didn't want to be that person. I wanted to be somewhere else altogether, doing other things altogether. Now, I think that thoughts sometimes still creeps in, and it only creeps in when I think of other people. As in, what would other people think? Which is dumb. So dumb. It's so it's so fascinating many times to see what my mind is doing. Because there are so many things that I know. It's one thing knowing, it's another thing doing or being. So it's very easy for me to think, why would I care what other people think? But then on the other hand, being, if this person showed up in front of me right now, I'd be like, actually, maybe I'm not doing I'm not following this path and I'm not doing this journey, blah, 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 whatever. I'd be putting myself down instead of seeing the beauty in what I'm experiencing right now, which is I work with a bunch of people. We are all so different and similar in little places. We are all brilliant mirrors for each other. Maybe some more aware than others, but we're all. I don't even know what we all are. We're all little beings, little balls of light, walking around in these meat suits, thinking that we have to get somewhere, get to a point in time and space where we're done. We reached some destination and that's it. I feel like this would make a lot more sense if I actually described exactly what I'm on about. As in people. But then I feel like I'm not making much sense right now at the same time. And I feel like this is just turning into a mumbo jumbo of me worrying too much. This is not what your normal YouTube thing should be. Should. Because on your YouTube channel, you gotta have professionalism and you gotta have a nice background. And you gotta have beautiful clothes and whatever. This is my pajama. My pajama top is literally a huge ass t-shirt. That's what it is. That I bought from the pajama aisle. It's a, it's probably what one would consider a nightie, only it's a huge t-shirt. That's what it is. That's what it is. And I absolutely love it. I actually wore it as a probably, yeah, a dress. Oh my god, I wore it as a dress. Like outside. Oh god, this is gonna go off. I feel like feel like I seriously do sometimes think too much about who's gonna watch this and what they're gonna think about me. Who's they? I have a few people. This is the funny part. I have a few people in mind that I'm thinking are gonna watch this and judge me for this, whatever this is, or think stuff. I don't know what stuff. Again, I don't know what people think. I don't know what goes on in people's minds. Sometimes I don't even know what goes in my own mind. Maybe I can just stop this now. It's 21:04, 21:05, 21:06. Since I started this ramble, that's not got a destination. Isn't it just like life? Does life have a destination? I think if there is one, it's death. Because, oh God, is it Matthias? I think it is. In one of his past lives, that's what all babies used to be told. Welcome to life, the path to death. Or something in those lines. I am not quoting. I'm just paraphrasing. So, if there is a destination to this, it's death. Sleep is another death. Sleep might happen any minute now. 9:15. Oh, look. I am such a child. I love myself so much. Look at that. It's snowing. Isn't it so pretty? Oh my God. It really is the little things like eyes. I am so excited about the stupidest of things. And I love myself for it. I think this is one thing that I want to keep about myself all my life. No matter what I'm doing, where I'm going, who I'm becoming, what I'm remembering about myself, I would love to keep this excitement, this childlike naivete that I have about myself. Just this, that excitement. It's snowing on my phone. That's as far as snow goes in here. I think I'm gonna see any in person. Who knows? Maybe next year, maybe January, February time. Maybe I create that. That's I still don't know where the plan goes. I don't know. See, this is again my plan, my initial plan. One of my plans was to spend my 40th with my people. And when I say my people, not that many people, but that would have been in the States. So, story goes as follows. I had a passport with my married name, and in that passport, I had a visa that was valid until 2032 for the States. But in the process of ending that chapter in my life, I have changed my passport with my maiden name, and in the process lost my visa because I had to reapply for another one with my maiden name. And I had gone to the embassy to apply. I applied for another visa and went for an interview and got rejected. So I cannot travel to the States. That's one part. The other part, like even on the day when I went to that interview and the lady said, I can't give you too many reasons as to why what did she call it? The administration is different. So the rules are different, blah, blah, blah. She gave me a piece of paper with some wordage for me to read, apparently. I can apply at any other time, but for that time it was not good enough. Even though I had another valid visa with another name, they didn't want to give me another one with my new name. Well, and then I understood it there and then. I had a really good day that day. I walked in the rain quite a bit, rushed from one place to the other, didn't eat all day, had a mouthful of water. Honestly, all of that was just everything that day. As much as it was dull and grim and everybody would complain about it, I loved every bit of it. I loved walking in the rain. I walked past a bit where all the Christmassy stuff were out. I was like, oh my God. And then even when the lady said, I queued 4 hours. to get to this interview. I queued for hours, went through three different processes. And then when I got to this lady, I could tell she was not in a happy mood. And I thought, oh, there it is. But then when she said that I didn't get it, I didn't feel like the end of the world has happened. I was like, okay, not my time to go. So then to go full circle to where I started this story of wanting to go to the States for my 40th, at the moment it's not happening. I still got 2 full months, December and January, to figure something out. There was another part of me that was thinking maybe I can go somewhere else. And as much as for the past 6 months, seven maybe, I've been on my own, as in romantically, no partners, and not searching either. There's a part of me that thinks that can change. Maybe I meet somebody and we can go places. But then I could hear myself saying the odds of that happening. But then I could go on my own somewhere else. I guess it's all the decision making process at this point. Deciding what do I want. And again, as much as I decide what do I want, the flow of life might think, no, you can't go there, or that can't happen, or we've got better plans for you. it's like the work environment that I'm in right now. I did not see this coming at all. At all. At all, at all. Financial advisors. But then it lines up very well with my North Node. Because my North Node is in Taurus. The place that I work at has the name Taurus in it. I started on the 28th, which is a very much great day for money. So maybe I am stepping into that. Maybe this was supposed to be my path anywho. But then I know that no matter what I'm doing, I'm always exactly what I'm supposed to be. And I'm always on my path. So no matter what I'm doing, I'm always on my path. I believe that the spiritual part of it now is the awareness. All of it. All of it. There is no spiritual. It's just life that has awareness attached to it. And of course, all the other little practices are still there. They've changed. The substance, the nuance of it has changed for me. I've noticed that some practices I have kept, some I haven't. Some have changed, some have grown or gone. But mainly, I have noticed that I don't have this putting myself down too much part for not sticking to a certain routine, let's say, or feeling really bad if I didn't meditate one day. I don't know, I feel like I am in a place of retraining my nervous system to chill. I feel like when I lived in here before, in here as in this town, when I lived here, it took me a whole year to not wake up startled in the morning and think, oh, I gotta go. Because I used to get up roughly around 6 in the morning. And because I was so used to getting up, getting the kids ready, taking them to school, all that malarkey, my body was on so high alert all the time. It took me a whole year to wake up at silly o'clock and be like, okay, I don't need to get up. I don't need to go anywhere. I don't have any of that to do. And go back to sleep. It took me a while. And then life just flipped upside down after that. I had to let go of some other shitteries in my life and went back into that fear response that I had so deeply wired into myself, that I only feel like recently I have noticed that my shoulders are not up all the time. Because that was one of the things for me. I would just catch myself. Whatever I'd be doing, I'd be like this. And I would have to consciously relax my shoulders. Now I've noticed if I bring my awareness to my shoulders are generally down. There are very few times when my shoulders are up, generally relaxed. I believe that practicing feeling safe within my body and safe within the world is what has started it for me. Because that was one. I would tell myself that I'm safe in my body, I'm safe in the world, because I didn't even realize there were times when I didn't feel safe in the world. Never mind within my body. I feel I had created such a freaking shit storm in my life that it didn't allow me space to breathe. I feel like I had so many signs, alarm bells that I didn't want to, things that I didn't want to listen to, things that I didn't want to see, even though they were there very much in my face. I chose to ignore them and go about my life the way I wanted it to go, not the way life wanted it to go. Until life won. And looking back now, I'm thinking that whole idea, there's this analogy of holding a rope really tight in your hand and thinking that if you let go, something really bad is going to happen to you. It's exactly the opposite. I couldn't I couldn't understand at the time when things were happening, what does letting go mean? Because the more you think about something, the more you think about letting go of something, the more you're thinking about that something. So the whole process of letting go, I don't even know how to work it out, how to work things out. I think for me, the whole process was being present to the point of even playing games of visualizations were like, no. Because if I went and played that game of I would like to experience this and to feel into this and have that happen, I wasn't here. And the more I would go into those, the more it would be attached to, but it's not happening right now. So there was always that little bit of still holding on to something. So for me, the biggest practice has literally been being here right now, and accepting everything as it is. I just said that. Oh my god, this is going so many places. And I recorded a breathwork called Presence. And in that, there's a line that I say, accepting everything as it is. So when I just said that, I heard myself in my own head saying that in my breathwork. I'm so funny. So the exercise of being present, it was, I think the biggest catalyst was the breakup that happened summertime. That was the biggest catalyst for me of becoming more present, because I think I spoke about this before. I ain't gonna go there too long. The idea of the things that had happened, or things that could have happened that we didn't experience, that could have gone this way, that could have gone that way, or finding out that this person had moved on really quickly after we broke up, shattered my whole bubble that I was living in. And the more I had all these thoughts of being the victim of all this, because that's what it was. It was like, oh, poor me, or I've been mistreated so badly. The more I would go into those thoughts, the more it would hurt. I would hurt myself. Hurt myself as in, not physically. I've never done that, but and don't intend to. But hurting myself, like just hurting my mental state, my emotional state. So that kept bringing me back to here. And it would be a case of, oh, I'm in front of my computer. I'm looking out of the window. I can see the trees and the sun and the wind blowing the leaves and all of that. Or I feel the sadness that is here right now. Or I am enjoying this walk that I'm on right now. Or The bed feels very comfortable right now. It would have to be the things that were happening in that moment instead of my mind going to the places that have been or should have been or could have been or have been done wrong, whatever. All of those. And it has become a practice, the practice of acceptance where I am, because I've noticed if I don't accept the place that I'm in right now, even physically, it it just does something to me. It's like something's wrong with where I am. If I don't accept where I am, there's that little bit of lingering under feeling of there's something wrong with where I am, when there's nothing wrong with where I am, whether physically or in life or within myself. There's nothing wrong with what's happening right now. But the mind likes to play that game. It likes to play the game of, you should be here. You should have that. This should be happening. That should be happening. That shouldn't be happening. All the lovely shoulds. So, putting all that aside and being accepting of my reality. And even this, I have I have this superpower. I do not care if what comes out of my mouth is funny, if nobody else finds it funny, or if I'm just saying something and I find it hilarious, or I'm just making silly voices or whatever. It doesn't matter. If I laugh, I laugh. I don't care if anybody else is listening. Many times I'm walking around in here doing shit. I just laugh. Just laugh. Or like the evenings. I just gave the example earlier of going to bed. What the heck does that mean? It just makes me laugh because it doesn't make any sense. And then I giggle to myself. And then I find myself so funny, and that's fine. Nobody else has to. But I just love laughing. I love laughing so much. And I do that at work too. There are times when I don't know, I whether say something in a certain way, in a certain tone, or do something that's in my head is funny, and then I just laugh, and then and everybody else laughs because I laugh, not because it's funny what I did, or they look at me like I've got seven heads, but that's okay. Everybody accepts it though. That's the fun part. Everybody accepts me for me and even appreciates and values the fuckeries. Because it's not just that, it's the whole of me that's being accepted everywhere I go now. Maybe not fully. I mean, it would be foolish to tell myself that everybody likes me. That would be awful. Because I know that's like impossible. I don't want everybody to like me, and I don't like everybody. That doesn't mean I can't accept people as they are and still love them. I think that was a big one, because I've got this interaction at work that there's one person that presses a lot of my buttons that I lay out on display. And the the perspective of, instead of becoming triggered or allowing my emotions to be controlled by some external factor, can I just love myself right now and love the person that's there, regardless of what they're saying, what they're doing? Because can I see them as somebody else that's still doing whatever their best, whatever they know best? So can I remove judgment from all of it and bring in more compassion? I feel like besides the word gratitude, the word compassion is becoming a very overused word. In where, everywhere. Maybe in my experience, maybe not everybody else's experience is the same. I mean, not maybe, for sure, it's not the same. Oh my god, I feel like this duvet this duvet keeps moving because I feel so hot under it. So, I think I said I was gonna stop this at 21 minutes. It's now 40 minutes. I've spoke. I've spoken for another 20 minutes. Wow, I don't think I've ever made such a long one. That's what she said. See stuff like that. That to me is so funny. All of it, all of what I've just done there. But that's me because I have the giggle shits within. The giggle shits within. Anywho, what else? What else is there? So reality being reality, me being me. This is what I was thinking earlier when I was taking a bath. Yes, I am taking a bath. I love just talking, and I have bubble baths as well. Bubble bath? Why does that not make sense right now? Is it bubble bath? Bubbles in general? Anywho, bubble substance? I had so many, and I was just covering myself with all the bubbles and just enjoying the hot water. And where was I going with this? What was I thinking when I was in the bath? God, what was I thinking? What was I gonna say? I don't know. It's not coming back, so I'll leave it. Maybe I will remember, maybe I will not. Darn it. Anywho, I was thinking something when I was lying in the bath, but I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, no, it's not coming back. I think the more I think about it, the worse it gets. And then I came out of the bath and I was looking in the mirror at the length of my fringe. I haven't spoken about my hair, I spoke about my nails, but not my fringe. The length of my hair in general, considering last year it was like here, it's grown pretty quickly. I have super powerful hair, anyhow. I think this is it. I think I've spoken enough about nothing. That's my superpower. Speaking about nothing. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was thinking when I was in the bath that I feel like there's a part of me that I've carried with me throughout my whole conscious experience in this world. And when I say conscious, I remember being 7, and where I grew up, I come from Romania, we used to start school at 7. I think that's all changed now. So first grade in school was when you were 7. And I remember my first day at school. And I remember thinking, oh my God, I am already so big that I'm starting school. But it was like that thing that spoke then is here now. There's something inside of me that's carried on throughout my life that stayed the same. There's something that's in me or me through me, I don't know, that stays the same. And at the same time, there are so many things that have changed about myself. I have changed about myself. I don't know who. And maybe it's not all change as it is unlearn and remember other bits. Even though this remembering part, I don't know why it feels like I never fully resonated with it, of remember who you are, remember who I am. Who am I? Because I don't know who I am to remember that. Nobody actually really knows. I think we all have this idea that we're souls and we're experiencing this life, and because many people have said that, many people have said that, many souls, many whether experiences that people have had, or through meditation or through other psychedelics or through hypnosis, it's been confirmed that this is what it is. We don't know that for sure. Do we know that for sure? Is that a for sure thing? So how do I know that I am remembering who I really am? I don't know that. Maybe I'm not remembering. Maybe I'm just experiencing stuff. Because see, this is why the people that I'm working with, there's only 5 of us, mind you. which is the best. One person, I can see the mirror that he reflects is the one of the stuff that we pick up from other people that we believe are ours. But then we're all a big conglomerate. I hope I'm using this word in the right context. We're all a big conglomerate of things that we have learned from others, picked up from others. And I remember thinking this and thinking, there's some people that actually are not that. There are people that are just knowing stuff. And that's one example is my brother. And I know for sure there's a lot of people that just know things because they come with this whatever, wherever our souls come from, they come with knowledge. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what we're remembering, the knowledge. Remembering what? Powers that we have? What powers do we have? Powers to create. We are creators, right? Like God. So if we are creators, it means we are creating constantly. What are we creating? What are we creating if we're also allowing life to flow? Where does that all go? How does that work? How are we creating and allowing life to flow and do its thing? Does that mean that we are creating or we're allowing life? Or creation means life? So then it's all interconnected. Oh my God. Doesn't make sense, I know. So then if I know that I'm the creator of my own reality and my own life, but then life has its own, oh my God, who's in charge? I don't think that was the question. I think the thing that I was trying to figure out there was I am looking at my radiator. I don't know why. I'm so distracted by it. It's such an ugly radiator. No, you're delightful, my dear. Anywho, I was thinking, who's in charge? I wasn't thinking who's in charge. I was thinking if I am life and I'm the creator, if I believe that I'm the creator of my own reality, let's forget about the life part. If I believe that I'm the creator of my own reality and all of it is already created, see, because this is how things just butt heads. If everything is already created, how am I the creator of it? Am I the creator of all the possible realities? Am I creating by choosing emotions? Probably, huh? That's how it works. Choosing, or is it understanding? If we go by the matrix, you already made the choice. You're here just to figure out why you made it, why you made that choice. So are we here? Why are we here? And who are we remembering to be? Are we actually remembering something? Oh my God, this is gonna bug me now. Oh my God. It's like all my existential questions. See, this is what I mean by when I talk about stuff like this. In my head, it all sounds like normal stuff that people think about. I'm sure a lot of people think about this. Yet, there are people that don't think this. There are people that are still in that loop of life is getting a job, getting a mortgage, having a car, having a family, having some children, retirement. Fuck, what the fuck does that even mean? I don't know. I don't know. I know nothing. See that in my head? I know nothing. It's a it's a reference to Faulty Towers. And in my head I actually see the character saying, I know nothing, because he's got his hand on his hip and he goes, I know nothing. Is it on his hip? Maybe. Maybe not, but anywho. And in my head it's funny, so then I laugh every time I say it. But not everybody knows that reference, so. And yeah, I have postmenopausal puberty hitting. Wait, 50 minutes. Every time I want to end this, I keep thinking, is there anything else? Is there anything else? Maybe I'm gonna make this into 7,000 little bits. Wow. Oh, and I don't have Riverside anymore. I'm recording this on the photo booth of my laptop. So I'm gonna have to put it in iMovie and cut it up that way. How exciting! And edit my own masterpiece. Whatever this masterpiece is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this out. Why? Because it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And if anything, there's that pushing out of the comfort zone. It's not even that. It doesn't even feel like pushing out of the comfort zone. I think at this point, it really doesn't matter. There are many, many times. Like I think every time I put one of these out, I wonder who gets to the end of all of it, who actually watches all of it. And I know there are people that do. Why do I know that? Because there are many podcasts that I watch from one end to the other. And I listen to all the little things that are being shared. So I'm sure there are people that are watching this too. Why are you watching? That's my question. Why are you watching? Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know how I'm gonna rewatch this and not cringe. But when I'm going back to edit this, I love you. And I appreciate you recording this in this beautiful hair wash day, pajama, bed situation. That's it. I'm gonna end it here. I've had enough.